What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having an absolutely fantastic day. I know I am. If you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, absolutely no scam, you will wake up tomorrow with no legs. Yeah, that's right, guys. I was talking to the leg goblin, and he said that if you press the like button, he'll let you keep them. But if you don't, he doesn't make the rules. He just has to follow them. Seriously though, guys, what's going on? It's your boy Scrubby here, back again with another video. And as you guys can tell from the title, today I'm going to be telling you guys about the time that this cringy teacher tried to like swag out on the Fortnite track. It's pretty embarrassing, and I'm not going to lie, I got next level 3rd degree cringe, alright? Because it wasn't my teacher. You see, I'm an old man who had graduated the year before Fortnite really took off. But I do have a little brother that is in school and tells me things that he finds insanely cringy and embarrassing. And I'm not going to lie, this one is up there, alright? Like, middle school is pretty bad. I've been to his middle school and seen kids fighting with Minecraft swords. I've been to his middle school and seen people do the cringiest things imaginable. The Minecraft story will be at the top of the description, by the way, if you haven't seen it. But yeah, today should be a pretty fun story, so without further ado, let's get into it. Also, follow me on Twitter at Scrubby_69 if you have swag. So the other day, I went over to my parents' house for dinner just to hang out and spend some time with my family, because I guess that's important or whatever, alright? I would definitely rather spend my time with Logan Paul in a forest somewhere, but we all know how that turns out, and now he's like, no, I don't want to go to the forest. Real talk though, it is important to spend time with your family, so I went to my parents' house to eat dinner with my family and just hang out with them for a little bit. And when I went over there, my little brother, who's about 13, I think, I'm realizing that I'm a bad brother who doesn't know his exact age, was doing a homework assignment. And when I was reading the homework assignment, I cringed a little bit because one of the questions was, if Danny is doing a Fortnite dance for 5 hours and it burns blank calories per minute, like, how many calories will he burn? Which, first of all, if Danny is doing a Fortnite dance for 5 hours, the kid needs to get some ADHD medication. Second of all, he needs to get a life, because that's way too much time to just be chilling doing a Fortnite dance. And finally, and most importantly, Danny needs to get bullied. Obviously, that's a joke, guys. Don't make fun of kids that are doing Fortnite dances. Realistically, I don't even think Fortnite is that bad of a game, but something about adults who like co-opt things and try to make them swag-tastic is just cringe. But regardless, I kind of ask my brother, I make a joke, I'm like, oh wow, you got Fortnite homework, is that your cool teacher? And my brother, who's 13, rolls his eyes and goes, don't even get me started. And whenever somebody says, don't even get me started after I make fun of something, I usually want to get them started. I just don't think that's an effective way to get people not to get you started. Like, oh man, why is that sign there saying don't feed the crocodiles with your bare hands? And then a dude with one hand goes, don't even get me started. You're like, oh no, now I'm getting you started, dude. How did you lose your hand? Was it to a crocodile? How did you make a sign? Like, whenever somebody says don't get me started, I know that there's a good story there, and I really love stories. So obviously, I started to push a little bit, and I went, no, now you gotta tell me, bro, what's going on with this teacher? He's giving you Fortnite homework. He's telling you that Danny is doing dances for 18 hours at a time. Like, what's up? And I guess even my mom overheard the conversation, because she walks in the room and goes, oh, are you gonna tell him about Mr. Blah, blah, blah? And Reese just goes, I guess I have to now. And my mom goes, this guy is crazy. So obviously, all right, middle school is a rough time. I understand, you know, you got to relate to the children and make them feel special and stuff. But my brother starts telling me that the first day of school, he walks into class, and instead of seeing a teacher in a suit and like a button-down shirt or whatever teachers are supposed to wear, I'm not really familiar with teacher dress codes, okay? There's not a single day where I've been like, the teacher dress code is a polo shirt on Wednesdays followed up by a simple cardigan wrapped around the blossom. Like, I don't know, whatever teachers are supposed to wear. But instead of that being worn by the teacher when my brother walks into school, he walks into class on the first day of school, and this teacher is in a full-blown Fortnite cosplay as the raptor skin. Ski mask on the desk and everything. Like, he is cosplayed out. And my brother, obviously confused with the rest of the children, sit down and they're like, okay, this is a little bit bizarre. And when they're sitting there, the teacher opens his, you know, introduction to the class, where the teacher introduces themselves and just lets them know what they're going to do this year by saying, how many of you guys like Fortnite? And I think like most of the class raised their hand because it's middle school, you know, like most of the kids are like, I mean, I guess I like Fortnite, you know, it's not horrible. And he goes, now I love Fortnite, okay? Like, I'm the type of person who plays Fortnite every day. And the way my brother is describing it, it wasn't like, yeah, I play a lot of Fortnite. Like, it was like, you know when the people come to your school and they're trying to act relatable and cool? You know, it's a 25-year-old man who's pretending to be 15, and he spins the chair around and he goes, you know, as kids, us kids gotta stick together. He's like, yeah, this teacher is trying so hard to be relatable that he's sitting there talking about, oh yeah, I love Fortnite. Me and the boys hop on to get some dubs as the squad. Except he's saying it like that. It wasn't like, yeah, you know, me and the boys hopped on last night, caught a few dubs, and then went to bed. Me and the boys hopped on, caught some dub skis while sitting back drinking some slurp juice on the good old Fortnite Battle Royale. Like, the guy was just taking it to next level cringe. But my brother's like, all right, he's putting in effort, no big deal. It's not the end of the world, whatever. Which is pretty cringy, okay? Showing up to middle school the first day in a Fortnite cosplay and trying to relate to the kids, pretty cringe, but you're just doing your job. You know, you're trying to be relatable as a teacher. You're trying to get the kids to like you. You're trying to get them excited for your class. I understand why you're doing it, why you would think that dressing up as a Fortnite character is a swag-tastic idea. I can understand the thought process, but it gets weirder, okay? So after that, my brother tells me that he would basically make Fortnite references maybe once a day in class, you know, like when I was at Salty Springs, which is pretty cringe, but like I said, you know, if you're just a teacher trying to relate to the kids, no big deal. But I guess a new Fortnite season or something was coming out earlier in the school year. It wasn't this latest one, and the teacher at the end of the class one day says, whoever gets the first victory royale in the class and gives me like proof of it on Monday by taking a picture, I'll give extra credit to. And obviously, not every kid in the class plays Fortnite. So when kids were like, well, you know, what happens if I don't play Fortnite? Is there any way for me to get the extra credit? The teacher says, no, if you're not playing Fortnite, then I don't really know if you deserve extra credit. Which is insane, okay? Like, imagine a bunch of 12 and 13-year-olds walking up to you, hey man, I don't play Fortnite, can I get some extra credit? And you're like, oh, you don't play Fortnite? You might as well staple loser to your forehead and walk around with nothing, because that's what you are, an absolute zero. So this actually got the teacher in a little bit of trouble, okay? He kind of got yelled at by the deans because some parents complained. Which is kind of fair enough, alright? If you tell kids that they don't deserve extra credit because they're not absolute pro swag-tastic Fortnite gamers, that's pretty lame. And then, after this situation, he doesn't talk about Fortnite for a bit, but about halfway through Season 10 of Fortnite, Season X, I think, so Season 10, yeah, my brother walks into class, and his Epic ID is on the board, and he asks kids to start adding him and playing Fortnite with him. Which, I mean, is alright, I guess. Like, I can understand being like, oh, yeah, you know, hey, kids, I'm a relatable teacher. I'm a Fortnite gamer. But was actually encouraging kids that he thought were gonna be good at Fortnite to play with him. Like, my brother, you know, he's kind of known around school as a bit of a gamer, and he's pretty good at Fortnite. I can't even cap. So when the teacher was asking who was good at Fortnite, a couple of my brother's friends were like, oh, that kid's really good. Oh, I almost said my brother's name. And he was like begging my brother to add him on Fortnite, which is just cringe, okay? Like, my brother is 13. You shouldn't be harassing a 13-year-old to add you on Fortnite so you can play with him. Like, that's just weird, bro. Now, you might be thinking, there's no way it gets worse, but this video isn't over yet, so trust me, it does. So after all that cringe, once again, everything's pretty chill. And about a week after that, he walks into class one day and is telling all of the students about how he's so sore because he got a new tattoo. And I guess one of the students was like, oh, what did you get? Like, what's your tattoo, right? And this teacher proceeds to roll up the sleeve, and on his shoulder, I am not kidding you, my brother tells me that he has a giant portrait of the raptor skin from Fortnite tattooed on his shoulder forever, okay? And that's something you might get if you're 13 and Fortnite is popular. Like, you're 13 and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get a Fortnite tattoo because Fortnite is the greatest game ever made, and I'm never gonna regret this in my life. But this dude is like a grown man in his 30s who now has a Fortnite character permanently tattooed on his shoulder. The dude's not married, so I don't understand how he's gonna go on a date and explain that. Yeah, you know, this tattoo means a lot to me, you know, this one's for my grandma, but this one's way more important, okay? This one is actually a Fortnite character because I just love Fortnite so much. You know the video of the kids that are like, we like Fortnite, we like Fortnite? Like, that's basically what this dude has on his shoulder now, is a big poster saying, I like Fortnite. And I'm not usually one to judge people based upon their choices. If you want to get a tattoo, that's fine. But if you're giving kids extra credit for playing Fortnite and you're begging kids to add you on Fortnite and you get a Fortnite tattoo, you might be a little too obsessed with Fortnite, alright? Like, this dude needs to go to rehab, but not for a crack addiction, but because he plays Fortnite way too much. So he's got a Fortnite tattoo. He's begging kids to play Fortnite with him. He's giving kids extra credit for getting dubskis on Fortnite. So my brother decides that he's gonna play Fortnite with this teacher, right? So he adds him on Epic, and they're playing together, which is so weird, okay? I don't think I could ever play video games with my teacher. Maybe it's different in small towns or whatever, but when you live in Las Vegas, which is a pretty big city, you don't play Xbox with your teacher, all right? You're never like, hey, yo, teacher, you trying to hop on the new Call of Duty later today? Huh? Is that something you're into? Like, not once did I ever play Call of Duty or any video games with my teacher. I don't think I would even want to. I swear a lot when I play video games. The last thing I want to be doing is chilling with Miss Jefferson in a Call of Duty lobby and just start dropping F-bombs and have her, like, report me to the dean's office for being naughty. But regardless, my brother decided to add him and play with him because he was struggling in the class and thought it might get him some extra credit, which is pretty fair. I mean, this teacher has already offered extra credit once, okay? So the fact that, like, you know, he's swagged out asking you to play Fortnite and you're pretty good at Fortnite, I would take the odds too, dude. If I could squeak out a couple extra credit points for just playing Fortnite with my teacher, I would go for it. So my brother's playing Fortnite with this teacher, right? And after about an hour of playing, he says, all right, dude, I've got to go. I've got to, you know, do homework for your class. And the teacher says, and I don't know if this is true because it's my brother telling me, oh, you don't have to worry about that. I'll give you credit. Can you just stay on? We're getting wins and I really want to keep playing. And my brother also tells me that this dude is terrible at Fortnite. Like, okay, you know, you don't have to be good at a video game to enjoy it, but if you're going to get it tattooed on your body, the least you could do is be good at it, all right? Like, I understand you're obsessed with Fortnite, but you should be good at something you're obsessed with, okay? Like, I wouldn't expect somebody to be obsessed with biking but not be able to ride a bike. Like, this dude is basically telling a 13-year-old to not do homework for his class in order to keep playing Fortnite and catching dubs, which is the weirdest thing of all time. But my brother is like, all right, I mean, I'd rather play Fortnite than do homework anyways, so he stays on and keeps gaming, and sure enough, the teacher gives him credit for the assignment. And I guess my mom kind of was like, didn't want to be involved in this, because as soon as he started talking about that, she left the room. Because, I mean, as a parent, okay, I want my kid to do my homework, but at the same time, if my kid can get an A by gaming with their teacher, all right, I mean, hey, you know, do you, bro, get that grind on. So, yeah, my brother's teacher is obsessed with Fortnite to the point where he got a Fortnite character tattooed on his arm massively, is trying to give kids extra credit for being pro Fortnite gamers, and is letting kids not do homework so they can keep playing Fortnite with him. And the piece de resistance, all right? You might be thinking, Ryan, there's no way that this guy can get weirder. There's no way that this teacher can get any more obsessed with Fortnite other than having a tattoo of Fortnite on his arm and letting kids not do homework so they can game and carry him to victory royales on the good old-fashioned Fortnite swag train. And I thought that too, until my brother says, but we've actually had so much homework in his class this week. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Why did you guys get so much homework in his class? And he goes, well, he's been gone all week and we've had a substitute. And I go, oh, he's been gone like all week this week? And my brother goes, yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Why was he gone all week? And he goes, why do you think? And I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, well, I'll tell you this. When I logged into Fortnite Mobile the other day at school, guess who was online on his Xbox playing Fortnite for the entire week? This teacher took an entire week off of school to play the new Fortnite season. Not a day, not 2 days, not 3 days, the entire week off. And you know, earlier this week, I don't know if you guys play Fortnite. I don't mind Fortnite, I really don't. There was the black hole thing, so you couldn't play it anyways. Meaning that this dude took 2 days off of school to stare at a black hole. So, yeah, that's what's going on with my brother's teacher, who is creepily obsessed with Fortnite. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to follow me on Instagram @Scrubby, follow me on Twitter @Scrubby_69, like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications to get a notification shout-out. Today's notification shout-out goes to the only swagtastic person in the universe, XCNO2. Big shout-out to you. Thank you for turning on notifications. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.